Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I have a project for you showing off some of our new products. These are notebooks that are destined to be gifts for people who are joining my team. Now, I always send out a goodie pack and a welcome pack when somebody joins me. So it will have a notebook in it and a newsletter especially for them, so little treats, some sweeties or chocolates and some little products and stuff. And these are the notebooks that I have made ready for celebration joiners, so people who are going to be joining when our celebration promotion starts. And they all use the animal suite, the new party animal suite, which I can't show you the catalogue pages because it's not the 4th of January, but it's called the Party Animal Suite. And there are thinlits and stamps and papers, which you can see here. There's cardstock, there's washi tape, there's ribbon, and there are special embellishments. So these are the dies, this is the paper, this is the ribbon, these are some of the embellishments, and there's 2 of them. And I really can't show you the page, but it's right at the beginning and it's amazing. So let me I'll show you a quick look at these. So I've gone with the cardstock colours that match in the paper. So I've got Tangerine Tango, I've got Emerald Envy, I've got Pacific Point, I've got Crushed Curry. These are the balloon thinlits, so I'm going to work with those in a bit. These are the embellishments. How cute are they? And there's a whole load here. I think there's about 30, so I've got some more to make yet, based on how many people joined me last year. So, but I love them. I love making notebooks. These are a big size. These are, what are they? They're A5 carton notebooks. So they are equivalent of half a sheet of cardstock. Now, to make them, to cover a notebook, you take your notebook and you measure it. You measure the width, you measure the length, and then you need to add a little bit to tip over. So this is the bottom of my notebook. So you have what's known as a loose edge. So that's this bit here. If I turn it around, you can see it more clearly. Because what you don't want when you've handmade a notebook cover is somebody going like that to have to open it. So when you've got a loose edge, it just flips open, no problem. You make it exactly the same width, so you cut your cardstock to exactly the same width as the notebook itself, and then you allow a little bit for the top and a little bit there. So you measure all of it. So I know, and I have to work this one in metric, so let me turn my grid paper over. This is my anti-slip mat here. Let me just position that back up. So I work in metric because our cardstock is metric, and our notebooks are cut into metric sizes. So actually this isn't A6 at all, it's A5. No, it's not, it is A6. This is equal to 1/4 of a sheet of cardstock, not half. My brain is mush. So I know that this measures exactly 10.5 centimetres wide, and I know that this part is actually 14.7 centimetres. So I would just cut this off at 15.5 centimetres. So I know I need it to be at least 15.5 centimetres. I know that I need to allow 0.5 centimetre for this top part here. Let me grab this one. And I need to leave a little bit at the back. So I have worked all of that out in advance. So to cover my notebook that I have actually already scored for you, this measures 20 by 10.5 centimetres. So 10.5 centimetres that way, 20 centimetres there. I've scored mine at 15.5 and 16 centimetres. Now, if you're going to do if you work with International A4 but you work in Imperial, you make it 8 by 4 1/8 of an inch, and you score it at 6 1/8 of an inch and 6 5/16 of an inch. Helpful, isn't it? So that's what you do. So we're going to burnish these. I've lost my bone folder. It's under a stack of notebooks. So burnish these and burnish them very well. The last thing you ever want is a notebook where your cover won't lie flat and it sticks up like that. That's as bad as bending one. So really, really well. Now, my piece of paper that I've got on the front, it measures 10 by 15 centimetres. That's 3 7/8 of an inch by 5 7/8 of an inch. So I've just got a little border. Let me show you one that you can see it better on. Here, little border going all the way round. So we're going to snail that on. I so love this paper pack. It is so much fun. So you can see I've got stripes on this side and I've got balloons on that side. So make sure your balloon's the right way up. What else have we got? We've got spots. We've got streamers. There are animals because it's party animal. I think that's all I've got on this one. There are more. There are presents. I'm going to have a look at this. There's presents, there's candles. Oh, there's all sorts. There's numbers. Lots of different candles. So, love it. Okay, so now I'm going to get this onto my notebook. Now, don't put adhesive on this bit that's the hinge because you want your notebook to open and lie flat. And if you ran adhesive along that bit, it's going to stick up like that, and that's just going to annoy you. Nobody wants to be annoyed with a notebook. So fast fuse or a strong adhesive such as the tear and tape. I probably wouldn't recommend Tombow if you're going to make multiples. And I do. So line this up, and I'm bringing this edge here to match this first scored line, not the second one. Line it up to match there. And I'm running my fingers either side of it, and I can feel that I've got it in place. If I flip it over, you can see I've got it in place. Gently fold that over, push down, notebook covered, and it doesn't stick up at all. If I held it on its side, it's probably going to flop open, but it doesn't, it's not sticking. Oh, I can't get a way to show you that it's not. Oops. I can't stand it either. But it's happily lying down on it. Okay, let's get some big shot work going. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I need to go like that. So I've got my big shot. I have got well, it's not exactly a scrap of Tangerine Tango, but I've got some Tangerine Tango. I've got my platform here. This is the new one, which has got the big shot platform and the thin die adapter, so that's going on. And my cutting plate, number one, my cardstock. This is the pop-up thinlets. Love these. They're so much fun. And yeah, you can make a pop-up card. But I'm just going to take my loose balloons. Put that on there. And I was doing these two at a time. So I used the two different balloons, the one with the stripe as well as the one with the holes. Cute, cute, cute. Let's get that out of the way. And look, I left my bits behind. Oh, it's popped out quite happily. There we go. One balloon out. Let's get rid of all this. And I'm going to put my balloon back in with my thinlets, otherwise I will lose it. And apparently some extra Tangerine Tango cardstock is going in there too. So, bring in this little guy. I've got my ribbon. You see, I've used up most of it. I haven't got very much left on all these. It's lovely, this. It's the thin, what are they calling it? Thin taffeta? Yes, it is the thin taffeta. Tie a bow, and yeah, me tying 30 bows. I learned how to tie them, and they've all got different length tails on them. On there, and then I've got my little pot of embellishments. Again, running out of these. So you get two designs. You get a hat, or you get a balloon. So I'm going to, whoops, I don't want to have too much orange on here, so I'm going to go with this adorable blue hat. Mini glue dot on the back of this. Mini glue dot behind the bottom part of this. And it is going to get hidden. So we'll have our balloon there. We'll have our little charm hanging down. And they're matching up there and there. Hopefully you can see that. They're just going to go there, and I'm going to cover that with my ribbon bow. On top, and there we go. I love them. I do love a notebook. I'm such a softie for a pretty handmade notebook. Let's bring a blue one in as well. And we've got, oh, there's just so many designs, and I love them. And I hope the people who receive these do too. So if you're interested in joining Stampin' Up, go and check it out on my blog, pootles.co.uk. There's lots of links. There's join my team. There's frequently asked questions about being a demonstrator, what the, you know, what you can get out of Stampin' Up. You can get a million things out of Stampin' Up. So anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye.